Hi, good evening everyone. I've had a few tries to do this today, so hopefully it'll be nice and quiet for you this evening. And we're going to focus on legs today for Pilates, and I'm going to try and give you quite a strong workout as well, so take options if you need to. And we're also staying on our mats. So the warm-up is going to be on our knees. If you can't be on your knees today, lay on your back and try and replicate the movements I'm doing on my knees for the warm-up, and the rest should be okay for everyone. So let's come to all fours and let's have a go at setting our neutral spine here. Now it's a bit harder on your knees to do that, so we'll just round the back and arch the back a couple of times. And then when you're ready, you'll find a place in the middle of that. So we've got this small curve in our lower back. We all look a little bit different. And then see if you can get a sense of your shoulders, dropping your shoulders away from your ears. And if you know you're a bit rounded in your upper back, see if you can get your shoulder blades to relax a little bit. Bring tension into your abdominals. And then just get a sense of how that feels. We could also look at the neck position. So if you tuck your chin, but be careful not to be here or drop the head. So think of the neck as part of the spine. So we're there, we've got the tension in the abdominals, so we know to come back to this position as and when. So let's start warming up by rounding the back and arching the back. But breathing into the ribs and where possible keeping tension in the abdominals. And when you feel ready, you can add in a leg. So as you exhale, the knee comes in and then you take it long. So we're going to take this even further. We'll start to bring the elbow and the knee to meet, and then reach them long. Now you can have the arms soft. You can work at a range of movement that works for you, because this is just the warm-up. And you can let the breath flow. Let's do two more. And then change sides. You can shake out your wrist if you need to. And then starting again, rounding the back, arching the back, rounding the back, arching, adding in a knee, the other knee when you're ready. And you can stick with that, or you can begin to add in the arm, keeping the arm soft today. Let's do one more. And then rest. So come and sit and just give wrists a little bit of a shake. And come and sit with legs wide. Now I don't want you to get too much of a stretch here in your inner thigh. So let's sit up tall. And you've done this with me before, some of you in class. We're holding our arms like a Cossack dancer. And as we breathe in, we're turning to one side. And as we breathe out, we're coming back to the center. And then change sides. So useful here to keep the tension in the abdominals. Now if you feel you can, we're adding on. So we'll turn, we're going to extend the arms forward today. Bring the arms back to where they were, come back to the center. Turn the other way, extend arms forward, arms back, and return to the center. Let's do one more each way. Coming in and laying on your back, bringing your knees into your chest and just rocking here side to side. Placing your left leg down, extending your right leg up. Now put some tension in the abdominals, but think of this more as warming the hips and starting to work the legs. So we're going to circle the legs. I don't mind what way because we're doing both. We're going to circle one way and then circle back the other. And we're purposely starting small. Now we can focus here on just keeping abdominals tight and not letting the hips roll too much. So that sense of, as you take the leg out, there's not too much of this going on. And then as we get this going, just see if you can make that a bit bigger. And again, think of this, we use this in all different ways, but think of it today as just mobilizing the hip a little bit. So we get those legs ready to do some work with them. Let's change sides. So let's start small, one way, the other way. Again, monitoring what's going on here. Keeping the hips still. Gradually getting bigger. Bigger than me if you can. You might have more room than me. Okay, and rest. So let's come and lay on our sides, and we want to lay long. So you could rest the head on the arms. I'm going to prop myself up a bit just so I feel like I can see you a bit more. I'm going to travel with this top leg. Leave the bottom leg on the ground to start with. So top leg's coming forward. It's coming as far forward as it can, and it's going as far back as it can. Now there's a little bit of movement through the upper body, but keep that quite still and keep tension in the abdominals. One more just for now. And then place one foot on top of the other and lift the leg directly up and down. So let's do 4 of those. And then we're going to put that together. And what I'd like now is if your bottom leg can come off the ground also. And I've got my feet flexed. So I'm coming forward, I'm coming back as far as I can. I'm coming to the center, I'm going up and I'm going down. It's quite a lot of side work there, but you will get it in your leg too. Up and down. Forward, back, up and down. One more, forward. Keep that bottom leg lifted, up and down. Now just take the leg back. Try not to roll forward too much, and I want you to do pulses back here. So you're going to have to hold abdominals tight to hold yourself still, and you should feel that in your side and start to feel that in your bottom as well. Let's do a couple more and then take a short rest. Now anytime in these rests you want to just give your leg a shake out or a rub, please do. So we're coming again. This time let your feet be relaxed. Top leg is making small semicircles over the bottom leg. So it's coming over and over. Quite small. It should feel quite hard to take it behind you. If you can't touch the ground, just stay off the ground there. In fact, let's do 2 on the ground and then 2 staying off. 2 touching down, 2 staying off. 2 touching down, 2, staying off. Now take the bottom leg off the ground and see if you can keep going. I don't want you to touch the ground now. So you're just doing these semicircles or these arcs over the top leg, back and forth. Let's do a couple more. And rest. Bring the legs forward and get these legs in this 90 position I often ask you to get into. So your knees are directly facing me and your feet are directly in line with your knees. And open and close that top knee. Keep tension in the abs. Think about the position your back's in. And no rolling back now. So I call these wall angels. I know other people call them clams or oysters. But if you think of them as wall angel as well, like you're laying against the wall, so you can't roll back. Close your knees and now lift your feet. Keep your knees closed for a moment. It's a bit weird, isn't it, keeping the knees closed? See if you can. Now open the knee, keep the knee open and see if you can lift this bottom leg as well off the ground. So they stay open, you lift and lower. You'll need to press this top hand in a little bit. So the whole of the leg comes off, the whole of the leg goes back down. Keep them as far open as you can. Yeah, 4 more. Close the knees, you feeling that yet? Now open the knee to your start position and pulse here. Tiny, tiny little pulses. You should start to feel quite numb around here at some point. Embrace it. Ooh, a few more seconds. And rest. Give the leg a shake. Let's get this out of the way on the other side first. So let's come round and set yourself up here. Flexion in the feet, tension here, top leg comes forward, top leg goes back. Now you're going as far as you can go. So I'm coming to you a bit, I think you can still see me. That's it. Breath flowing. Then close the feet. Take the leg all the way up and down 4 times. So we take both legs off and we put it together. Top leg forward, top leg back, up and down. Forward, back, up and down. Yeah, a couple more. Forward, back, one more. Place the foot down. So here are your arcs, let the feet relax. So we tap in front, we tap behind, and the next 2, they stay higher. So forward, tap, back, tap, forward, stay off, back, stay off. Remember, they're not long, they're quite short, as in they're not wide. They don't travel too far forward or too far back. Now stay off and keep going if you can. Can you see in my face that I'm getting a workout too? So I hope you are. 4 more if you can. And rest. Bring those knees forward. Get your feet together. Open and close the knee. Now you might find on one side the knee doesn't open quite as far as the other. Tension. You still tensing your abdominals? Keep the knees together. Lift and lower the feet. Let me know if this clock is annoying. I'm hoping it's quite relaxing after a while. Maybe you can't even hear it. Now open the knee. Ooh. Can you lift both legs off and down? Tighten the abdominals on these, or abs on these. It's going to help you lift your legs. 5 more. Have a moment. Open your knee, leave it there. I can't see the clock, so we're doing about 20 seconds. So you have my permission to stop after 20 seconds if I'm still going. So tiny little pulses at the top, about 10 more seconds. And rest. Okay, come sit up. And actually come and lay down. Let's lay this one up. So come and lay on your backs. Check you've still got a neutral spine, so you haven't got a big gap, you're not imprinted into the ground. Find somewhere in between. And we're starting to lower and lift the legs. Now the difference with this tonight is we're going to speed up. So when we speed up, we get a bit of momentum. So you have to really make sure you keep the tension there in the abs. So we're going to lift and lower. Don't actually want you to touch the ground if you can. And you can go a bit quicker than me if you want to. And rest, just place the feet down. Now I'm bringing you up now to a seated position, but if anyone doesn't want to be on their wrists, they can come back down here. Otherwise we're coming seated. Tension in the abdominals. I'm going to see if we can do it here. Now this is quite hard, so if it's too much, leave one leg on the ground or lay back down. So we're going to drop and lift. Again, not touching the ground. We're going for about 16, so 8 each leg. So we've got a couple more. And rest. Straighten out your legs and just come forward for a moment. So I'm going to take this up 2 more layers tonight. You can come with me or you can stay on the layer. Or if it just gets too much, just lay down, have a break and wait for me to move on. So we're coming back again to this position. Think about the shape we're making a little bit here. So if you can, keep a neutral spine, tension here. And if you feel you can, you're going to straighten your legs. So it's like this. Okay, so join in either with straight legs or bent legs. Now the difference is you're going to feel it in your legs, but tonight I'm working on legs. So I want that. So a few more. Whew. And rest. Just come up and hug your knees for a moment. I hope you felt that one. Remember, you can keep your legs bent. I've got one more level. If you want it, we're going to take our arms off. So if this comes into your lower back, put your hands back down or lay down and take a break. I want it to be abs, but also thighs. So you choose whether your legs are bent or straight. This is tough. If you can, you let go and you go here. And then you've got to try and smile. Imagine you're in the studio with me. And smile at me as you do it. A couple more. And rest. Whew. So swing your legs to me. Let's just stretch out the thigh a little bit. Bring the leg back. You can roll your hip forward if you want to. Keep that knee on the ground. Stretch the thigh. And change sides. Okay, so coming and laying down. Let's have palms up and arms wide. And let's just do a couple of roll up and down into bridge position. So rolling up and rolling back down. So remembering when we do bridge in Pilates, we want this diagonal line. We don't want to let the hips drop. We're also not pushing the hips maybe quite as high as I might encourage you to in yoga. You can really squeeze your bottom at the top there. And we're staying at the top. I'm going to squeeze up and down just a little bit, so pulsing up. Once you've got that going, you can make the decision whether you're going to stay with both legs or you're going to lift one, and we're going to do 10 here. If your hips are dropping, if you're not able to push them back up, put the leg down. Let's change legs or stay with 2. And rest. Let's roll down and bring your knees in. You can rock a little bit side to side if you need to. So this time we're going to walk. So let's roll up. Hold your position. You might want to watch me do a couple. So you're going to walk forward, then walk the other leg forward, then walk back, feet under knees, then walk back. It's really easy to drop down on this one, so see if you can stay up. So let's do 6 with the right leg. So look, you could go this far. Join in with me now when you're ready. Or if you're feeling strong tonight, you could go right out there. But you've got to keep those hips up. So focus on that. Tighten the abs to help you. We've got 3 more. This is the one when we do it in class, I ask you to do it really quietly. And rest. Roll back down and bring your knees in. So you've probably got some lower back work on that one too. I'm going to do one more in bridge, okay? So let's roll up and hold your bridge. And then I want you either to lift your heel, if you're getting tired, just lift your heel and hold, or lift your leg. Now your leg's coming straight up, which helps push you up. Tighten your abdominals and just hold. And you'll know then whether you can have the leg up or you need to have the heel off. So I'm going to make that harder. So let's change sides, either heel or leg lifts. And let's hold. And roll down again. So you can watch me while you have a little rest there. So if you're only managing heel, then I want you to stay with that. And you could just drop the knee out and bring the knee back in. So that could be your option. Or if you can, you'll come here with me. We're taking the leg out and in. Okay, it's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to do 4 each side. We want to keep the hips still. We want to keep everything nice and tight. So let's roll up. You choose either heel or leg. Let's add breath to this. So let's inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You just open the leg as wide as you can today. Come down if you need to, have a moment, or stay up, and then come back and join me, and let's do the other side. So if you've got a heel off, you can drop the bent knee out and in. If you've got a straight leg, we're opening. One more. And roll back down. Oof. All right, so we're going to leave it there tonight and we're going to have a stretch. So if you're planning to go back and do another Pilates and put 2 together, you could leave me now and go and do another one, a stretch at the end of that. Otherwise, stay here for a stretch. So let's extend the leg and draw the leg towards us. And now you can let your belly relax and do some belly breathing and then change. Bring the foot across the knee, pick your legs up, feel the stretch in the bottom. Let's change legs. And then come and sit up. Bring your legs wide and just come forward. So bring your legs in, give your shoulders a bit of a roll. Just turn your head side to side. Drop the ear to the shoulder. Take a big reach up. Push your hands up. And then drop one arm, come to a side bend. Change sides. And give yourselves a big clap.